That is exactly what I'm saying. No one's gonna tell me what the I can and cannot buy with my EBT. I'm sorry. So trust me, I'm with you 100%, Leah. I'm gonna continue buying my soda, my potato chips, my candy, whatever it is that's junk. I'm gonna make sure that I buy it all. Matter of fact, when my EBT hits in 2 days, that's all I'm gonna buy. I'm not gonna buy meat. I'm not gonna buy rice. I'm not gonna buy beans. I'm not gonna buy nothing healthy. I'm gonna make sure that everything I buy is junk.
A few moments later.
So I went grocery shopping today, and for the first time ever, I had to use my debit card instead of my EBT card. It was honestly a humbling experience. You know how hard it was to actually have to pay attention to the prices? What was new to me as well was having to actually look at the prices. So before, I used to be able to just grab it and throw it in the cart, random things that I need, things that I don't need, I just throw it in the cart. But now I have to actually pay attention to the prices. And I honestly didn't realize how expensive it was. Budgeting really sucks. So now instead of being able to buy cookies and chips and candy and sodas, now I actually have to buy food. I can't be buying snacks anymore. No more name brand stuff. Everything has to be great value. You wanna know how much these were? $1.98. No more Doritos, no more Fritos, no more, none of that. But like I said, very, very humbling experience, you know? Now I gotta get used to budgeting and buying things that I actually need.
And when I turned around and asked someone if they could help cover what wasn't covered on EBT, every single last person that I asked for help told me no. I don't know who voted on this, but it's not right. There's people out here struggling like me that need to buy food.
Bye, Felicia.
We live in a society where people use a $1,400 phone to check their food stamp balance. Oh.
Your SNAP balance is $2. Benefits are deposited once a day before 9 a.m. No deposits will be made after this time. Please be aware that card program
Like, I renewed my food stamps on time, and I got in contact with my homegirl caseworker, and they said, I got approved. It just hasn't been reinstated. Like, my case hasn't been reinstated. I don't get it. What do you mean? I've been on food stamps since I was 18. I don't give a how it makes me look on TikTok. I don't care. Groceries are expensive. I don't care that I can't afford groceries. I can afford groceries. I can afford groceries. I want to use my food stamp card so I can put the grocery money towards another bill. Like, what are we talking about? Like, I have not looked at the price of groceries since I was 18. Why is everything so expensive? Mayo is like $5. I'm genuinely about to tweak in this. I'm genuinely about to tweak. Like, now I have to go spend cash on groceries.
Sheer hubris. Y'all are about to find out that food stamps don't buy candy anymore. Not soda, not ice cream, not a little sweet treat to get you through the hard week. None of that anymore. Y'all was so hyped talking about finally having some responsibility. Talking about they gonna crack down on waste. But now when you go to the grocery store to get that Snickers bar with that EBT card, denied. The 2-liter, denied. That pint of Ben & Jerry's after a hard day, gone. The joy, gone. But hey, at least billionaires are still getting tax breaks, right? It's interesting when they want to cut costs and get things in line, they always go to the poor people first. God forbid somebody poor wants a soda to go with their ramen. You wanted fiscal responsibility, but you ended up with a government that decided they don't even want you to have a piece of candy. And it's not going to stop there. It never does. Soon it'll be no meat. Then they're going to decide that poor people probably can't have seasoning either. So to all the people who cheered for this, when you're standing in line and that ice cream don't go through, just remember, it wasn't the mob that did that. It was your own people. You asked for this. Now, eat your sadness plain, room temp, no sugar.
No sugar? No flavor? That sounds exactly like your attitude. You can keep your room temperature sadness. I will take my happiness with extra toppings. Thank you very much.
You happy now? For Mr. Shami? All of you guys. America.
strong words from the wife of this Lovejoy Corner Deli owner as she left his court arraignment today with their daughter throwing up the bird to cameras.
This defendant is accused of flagrantly abusing the public trust.
A grand jury indicted 37-year-old Ahmed Al-Shami for food stamp fraud. Investigators say he would exchange money with individuals to use their EBT cards, then go to big box retailers to purchase items for his store. Transactions totaling almost $4,000.
He was selling Pepsi for 99 cents a 2-liter. You can't buy Pepsi for 99 cents for a 2-liter if you're an independent store owner. You have to charge more.
Buffalo Council member Richard Fontana lives near the deli. He says a lot of illegal activity has been going on at the store, and it has been a major problem for the Lovejoy community.
You're going to jail. You're going to jail.
For all the sick people who are in the comment section, so happy that people can't even buy snacks with their food stamps, I pray nothing ever happens to you where all you have is your food stamps to survive. I don't care how much my taxes go to food stamps, because that was one thing that me and my mama could count on. Me, my brother, and my mama, that's all we could count on. I'm successful now by the grace of God, but me, my mama, and my brother, I'm sorry to tell this, Anthony, but me, my mama, and my brother were homeless in Centennial Park, and all we had was my mama's food stamps. We went and stayed with my grandma on the west side, and we filled her fridge up so that we could stay there. And it's not that she had to, it's that she wanted to contribute something to my grandma's household. We didn't have any money, and we were waiting on Section 8 to inspect our new apartment so that we could have somewhere to lay our head, because my mom had epilepsy, y'all.
First of all, I'm glad to hear that this young lady came out on the other side of poverty. She says she's doing well now. Clearly, she had a very difficult upbringing, but I don't even think that she realized that she just outed her mom for possible food stamp fraud. She just admitted that her mother was filling up someone else's fridge.
Contribute something to my grandma's household. We didn't have any money.
You are not supposed to be using food stamps as rent. I've never been on government assistance. I don't plan on ever being on government assistance. But if I did, and she's saying, oh, well, if that's what you need to survive, then we're talking about, yes, survive. Government is there to help people survive. And you can survive on healthy foods. You want candy, chips, and soda? Buy it yourself. You don't need junk food to survive. As a matter of fact, junk food does the opposite.
I have 7 kids, 7 different baby daddies, and I do receive $3,000 in EBT food stamps.
$3K in EBT a month is not something you want to flex on. You were giving birth since the age of 14. You know, don't they say one of the biggest causes for destruction of home families in the community is having children who have no father figure? Mm-hmm. Why? This is where I support having a cap on government-assisted aid. Like, taxpayers should not be the daddy to your irresponsible decision making.
I think I agree with his idea to cap assistance after a certain number of children, but I will say it would have to be situation dependent. I would feel differently about a woman with 7, 8, or 9 kids if she was married and became a widow, because at that point she was doing things the right way and through no fault of her own, more likely than not, her husband is now gone. I think that is a completely different scenario than somebody who is unmarried because they are depending on the government being their baby daddy. But I'd love to know what you think. Do you agree with this man that there should be a cap on assistance after a certain number of children? Or do you think that that is unfair and cruel and people should be able to have as many kids as they want to and that we should pay for that as taxpayers? Let me know in the comments section below. Buy me a coffee link to buy Leroy a dog treat. Leroy, stop that. You're so cute. Oh, I love you. I love you. You guys steal the show. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Red Dawn Daily with your host, me, Dawn Marie, and sometimes Leroy. Leroy, you're not bored, are you? Leroy, did you know that 9 out of 10 people only watch to see you? Yeah. I'm just kind of here holding space for you. It's true. It's true. Leroy, you're so much fun. You're way more fun than any puppet. Right, Leroy?